I know what a lot of you are saying right now is, what do those three songs have in common? And here's what it is. Instead of last couple of lessons we've been talking about sussing chords. Here's even one we haven't even gone over. Here's a C, and I'm tucking my baby finger underneath so that it's actually picking off the third fret of the D string, and then pull it off to get the major chord. So here's your C, here's your suS. You can also do that with F. We've already seen that one. And then there's a cool one you can actually do with G. You can do it this way. But anyways, getting back to it, those are just suS chords. What the other three songs that we just went over are actually using the fourth as a chord change and as a rhythmic device. So instead of doing like a C to a C suS, what you can do is go from a C to its fourth. So here's your C note. That's the fourth of the C scale. There's your octave F. So instead of going C and C suS, you can go C to F. So that's kind of what I was doing in that first song. And that's that hammer-on chord I was showing you from Beast of Burden. Only this time I'm going the other way. Kind of a pull-off. So you got... And the suS, just for interest's sake, will be the same as doing your F down here and adding that baby finger. Here's your C, here's your C suS. So here's the difference in sound. C, C suS, C, F. Quite a bit difference. So you can really hear the difference. That's a really cool way of adding tension and kind of dramatic stuff to melody lines. So as you're doing a melody line, you might have a line where you're going from, I don't know, an F to an E, let's say. So you might go... So you could go... That sort of thing. You can use that all over the place. The idea is, and always remember this, you can always find the fourth of whatever chord that you're starting with. So in this case it's a C. And then the lower strings to here, because they're all tuned to the 5th fret, you just jump a string to get the next one. There's your fourth. You can do it here for a G note. The fourth of a G would be jump a string, C. Fourth of an F would be a B flat. Fourth of an A would be a D, which brings us to All Right Now. What's cool about that particular run is that they're actually using, going from the A to the D, that gives you a fourth from the A to the D. So here's your root chord, and here's your fourth. Root chord and your fourth. Remember, it's just that hammer-on of a A minor 7. and you get a full chord. So A, D. Okay? So, now here's the cool part. You're going to take your root, jump a fourth, now jump another fourth, back down, and back down. And what you end up getting is G, D, A. That's a really cool thing. You see that a lot. Here's the G, here's the D, and the A. And then for those of you who are interested in the chorus, all the choruses is the same chords but a little bit backwards. Now the other song is very similar, and we're going to start with the fourth and go back to the root. And if you're really interested in playing that song, just an A, and then you're going to hammer this on. Start with that. And pedal off the open A. That's on fourth of the A string. Second, open, fourth of the E, A open again, and then back to the two chords. Now keep this chord down. See how I'm doing that? Now, it's a really cool thing he's doing there, is that he's going back and forth off the fourth back to the root. Okay? Now, we haven't really gone over this too much, but if you actually do the opposite, you can actually go from the root, and so instead of jumping up a string, if you go back down a string, you're actually jumping to the fifth. Now, we'll go over that later, but just for a quick example, if I wanted to go, say, from the D to its fifth, I would do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that is the octave? That's an A. So if I wanted to go from start from the D, so we'll do a different song in D, but we want to go to the fifth, and the fourth of a D just happens to be a G, and then back to D. That's a completely different approach to it, but just to give you a heads up, because we are going to be going over the fifth and how to use the fifth eventually, but just to give you a heads up so you can practice that a bit. Remember, if you're going to go from a root chord to its fourth, you just jump a string using power chords on the lower notes. And then the same goes for the next one. Right? So that's just jumping a fourth. And remember, going to a fifth, you can either go down 5, or you can also go up. Now you're only going up 5 frets when you jump this string, because these are tuned to 5. So in order to go to the fifth of that scale, you got to go 2 more frets. So here's your root, your 4, and your 5. And those of you who've been following any of these videos, you're going to recognize that from Dee's first video lessons 1, 2, 3, and 4. So have fun with that, and we'll see you down the road.